Hi friends, Pam Friedeveld here, your online emotional health coach, and welcome back to our series, Letting Go of Frustration and Anger. Now, if you're joining us for the very first time, welcome, and be sure to catch the first 4 videos because there are some great tips in those episodes. Today, I want to talk to you about a very common issue that fans the flames of anger and what you can do to turn down the heat. So here's your tip. Resolve your unmet needs. I was talking to a mom a few months ago who has a 6-month-old little baby and a toddler running around the house, and she loves being a mom. But she was longing for adult conversation and struggling with these feelings of loneliness. Her husband was usually tired after he came home from work, worked long days, and he'd help with the kids at bedtime and that whole evening routine. But then he'd plop down in his recliner and typically fall asleep. And she was kind of going back and forth between being angry that he didn't have any time or energy left for her at the end of the day, and grateful that he was a really good dad and a hardworking guy. And I asked her, what were some of your hobbies and interests before you had kids? Well, she loved reading a good book, she liked to watercolor. And we talked about different ways she could enjoy those interests, maybe with some other people, like a book club or a painting class, something that would kind of get her out and give her an ability to connect with other people and do something she loved at the same time. One of the best choices she made was to start attending a book club at her church. She made some new friends, and the thing of it was, it took the pressure off her husband to meet all of her conversation needs. And when she was talking with these other gals, she would hear the other challenges that these women were facing in their marriage, and it kind of opened her eyes to her husband's strengths. She stopped getting quite as irritated when he'd fall asleep at night in his recliner. So one little shift made a big difference in her outlook. And another shift happened. She started planning meaningful times with her husband on the weekend when he was more rested. Great choice. Far more profitable. See, letting go of anger and frustration happens when you resolve unmet needs. Sometimes you can do that by making changes kind of on the outside in your environment, and other times you may need to make changes on the inside, like in shifting the way you think about things or see things or changing your expectations. Frankly, I've never met anyone who has all of their needs met all the time. It's just not possible. Especially if you want things that involve others. Like it or not, we cannot force other people to change. In fact, the complete fulfillment of all of our needs will not be fully realized until we get to heaven. So until then, we're going to have some unmet needs, and we've got to work with them. And when others aren't available, we can always reach out to God to help. He is always available. And I'd love to leave you with some thoughts by one of my favorite authors, Henry Nouwen. Henry Nouwen was a Catholic priest trained at Yale University, and he held a professorship at Harvard. Also, he just traveled the world and lectured, and in his book, Road to Daybreak, this is what he says. It's hard for me to speak of my feelings of being rejected or imposed upon, of my desire for affirmation as well as my need for space, of insecurity and mistrust, fear and love. But as I entered into these feelings, I also discovered the real problem, expecting from my friend what only Christ can give. I learned afresh that friendship requires a constant willingness to forgive each other for not being Christ, and a willingness to ask Christ himself to be the true center. When Christ does not mediate a relationship, that relationship easily becomes demanding, manipulating, and oppressive, an arena for many forms of rejection. An unmediated friendship could not last long. You simply expect too much of the other, and you cannot offer the other the space he or she needs to grow. This week, I want you to think about how you can resolve some unmet needs. Where does God fit into that solution? What steps have you taken to resolve unmet needs that have brought you greater peace and fulfillment? Would you let me know in the comments what's your biggest takeaway from this episode? We'll talk more about how to tame your temper and increase your peace in the next week, but be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already so that we can notify you when future videos are available. And head on over to pamfriedeveld.com to see what's new in our free resources. Until next time, take good care of you.